At the beginning of One Punch Man, Saitama smiles a lot. Not big, heroic smiles, not confident smiles, but small ones, quiet ones, the kind you make when you feel hope. Back then, Saitama wasn't the strongest man alive. He was just a man chasing a goal. He trained because he wanted to become a hero. He dreamed because the future was uncertain. He smiled because something still felt possible. But as Saitama grows stronger, those smiles slowly disappear. Strength is supposed to bring confidence, purpose, fulfillment. But for Saitama, strength does the opposite. It removes something essential. Before becoming unstoppable, Saitama lived with tension. Every fight mattered. Every enemy was dangerous. Every victory felt earned. Fear existed. Anticipation existed. Failure was possible. And because of that, emotion was real. When Saitama breaks his limiter, something subtle happens. He doesn't just lose struggle, he loses contrast. Every battle ends the same way. Every threat collapses instantly. Every moment of danger evaporates before it begins. Victory stops being exciting when it's guaranteed. Joy needs uncertainty. Without risk, there is no release. Without effort, there is no reward. Without the possibility of loss, there is no emotional payoff. Saitama becomes powerful enough to erase tension from reality itself, and with it, something human fades. People laugh at Saitama because the show is funny, but the comedy hides something uncomfortable. Saitama isn't bored because fights are easy. He's bored because nothing matters anymore. He arrives late to battles not because he's careless, but because urgency is gone. He knows the outcome before it begins. When you already know how every story ends, you stop reacting. As Saitama gets stronger, his world gets quieter. No rival can meet him. No enemy can push him. No challenge can awaken adrenaline. The strongest man alive is also the loneliest. Look closely at Saitama's face. Early on, his expressions are varied: hope, excitement, curiosity. Later, they flatten. His eyes grow dull, his voice grows monotone, his reactions shrink. This isn't laziness in animation, it's storytelling. Strength strips away emotional stakes, and emotion cannot survive without stakes. Saitama doesn't stop smiling because he's arrogant. He stops smiling because nothing surprises him anymore. The Hero Association makes this worse. They measure heroism with rankings, numbers, popularity, validation. But these things mean nothing to Saitama because no external reward can replace internal meaning. Recognition feels empty when you know it isn't earned through struggle. Praise feels hollow when the effort is invisible. Applause doesn't move someone who never felt fear. Saitama's strength isolates him not physically, but emotionally. No one understands him, and worse, no one can. Even when surrounded by people, Saitama exists alone, because connection is built through shared limits, shared effort, shared vulnerability, and Saitama has none left to share. The cruel irony is this: Saitama became a hero to feel alive, but absolute power made him numb. The more powerful he becomes, the less human he feels, not because he lost empathy, but because the world stopped pushing back. His smile fades not from sadness, but from emptiness, a vacuum where meaning used to live. One Punch Man isn't just parody, it's a warning. It asks a dangerous question. What happens when you achieve everything and discover it wasn't enough? Saitama smiles less because growth ended, because struggle ended, because desire ended, and without desire, joy withers. The strongest man alive isn't tragic because he's unbeatable, he's tragic because nothing challenges him enough to matter. And that's why Saitama smiles less as he gets stronger, not because power corrupted him, but because power took away the very thing that made him feel alive. But this emptiness doesn't arrive all at once. It grows slowly, almost invisibly. At first, Saitama believes the problem is simple. He thinks he just hasn't found a worthy opponent yet, someone strong enough to make his heart race again, someone who can make him feel fear, excitement, adrenaline. So he keeps fighting, monster after monster, threat after threat. But each victory reinforces this same truth. No matter how powerful the enemy looks, the outcome never changes. And with each effortless win, Saitama loses another reason to care. This is why his battles feel empty, not because they lack spectacle, but because they lack meaning. A fight only matters when something can be lost, and Saitama has nothing left to lose in combat. The world cannot harm him, so the world cannot move him. This emotional distance begins to leak into everything else. Conversations feel dull, daily life feels repetitive, even moments that should feel exciting barely register. Food tastes the same, victories blur together, days pass without distinction. Strength didn't just flatten his enemies, it flattened his experiences. And this is why his smile changes. Early smiles are spontaneous, unplanned, natural. Later smiles feel forced, habitual, sometimes ironic, as if he knows what expression is expected of him even if he doesn't feel it. Saitama becomes a man performing normalcy, laughing when he's supposed to, reacting when it's appropriate, but inside, nothing resonates. This is why moments with other heroes rarely satisfy him. They speak with passion, with ambition, with hunger, but Saitama can no longer relate to that hunger. He remembers what it was like, but memory is not the same as feeling. The gap between Saitama and everyone else keeps widening, not because he sees himself as superior, but because he feels fundamentally disconnected. They struggle, he does not. They fear loss, he cannot. They grow stronger, he has already reached the end. This is why even praise feels uncomfortable to him. When crowds cheer, he feels nothing. When the Hero Association ranks him, he feels distant, because recognition assumes effort, and Saitama's power erased effort from his life. He didn't climb anymore, he arrived, and arrival without journey is hollow. This is the quiet tragedy of Saitama. He achieved what every shonen hero dreams of, absolute strength, but he achieved it too completely, too early, with nothing left to chase, and nothing left to overcome. Saitama smiles less not because he is unhappy in a traditional sense, but because happiness requires contrast. It requires lows to make highs meaningful. It requires effort to make success satisfying. It requires struggle to make rest feel earned. Saitama lost all of that. His power solved every external problem, while creating an internal void no punch could fix. This is why One-Punch-Man feels different from other anime. It understands that fulfillment is not about winning, it's about striving. And once striving ends, so does the reason to smile. Saitama is not waiting for a stronger enemy, he is waiting to feel alive again. And that is a fight his strength cannot win.